This is ConstructIT AI, an app for recording, visualizing, and predicting construction sales and costs. This is the interface of ConstructIT AI. This is the active project dashboard where you can scroll through projects and view their associated details. For each project, you can look at the actual costs, the budgeted costs, and the predicted costs, which is a linear regression function of the current costs extrapolated over time until the projected end date of the project. Again, you can look at the labor, the budgeted, and the individual predicted costs. You can change the type of chart to look at an individual cost item and look at individual points such as plywood. This is the labor cost chart, group pay for 7,500, operating costs, and subcontractor costs. This is how you add a cost over here. You can choose from the cost drop down selector which kind of cost you want. You type in the amount. Type in 12,000 for cabinets. The cost was added, and you can see it's added to the chart. 12,000 for cabinets. We'll add a materials cost of 7,500 for lumber. Cost was added. And go to materials and see that lumber is there for 7,500. And we can also go to the daily logs and see these cost updates for 10/13. We have materials cost and a subcontractor cost, and we can scroll down and see the previous day's updates. And we have cost updates, task updates, progress updates, new to-do items, completed to-do items, more progress updates. And that's the daily logs feature. We can generate an invoice of this data that we're generating. Select all dates and all of the different items that have been added to the costs will be generated in an invoice, or you can pick particular dates that you would like to generate an invoice for. This is the project schedule, which is a Gantt chart that you can adjust by dragging and dropping items like the framing, and this is the progress of the frame task that you can adjust and make it more complete. And you can look in the logs and see that there is a progress update for framing at 90% now, and there is a task update for framing to update the end date and start date. This is how you add a new task. You put the task name, the start date, end date, and progress. This is the to-do list, where there's active to-do items and completed to-do items. You can click on a to-do item and it gets added to the completed to-dos, and you can enter a new to-do item, like by wiring. It gets added to the to-do list and updates the daily logs. This is the images section where you can upload images and view them like current construction progress. So here you can see that the framing of the house would be starting, and then more progress has been made on the house. Finally, the house is starting to take shape and filling out. And this is an apartment complex under construction for a different, larger style of project. And you can edit the images and delete them. An X appears when you click edit images, and it asks you if you're sure. And then you can delete the image. You click edit images again, and the X goes away. You can upload images and PDFs. You click upload images after you've chosen the file, and it gets added to the images. It gets added to the database. This is the predictive analytics section where the neural network uncovers patterns that linear regression can miss, especially on larger data sets. In just 20 to 30 seconds, it analyzes all completed projects, delivering smarter data-driven forecasts to enhance your decision making. So we typed in 25,000 square feet, and we got prediction results here. We got material, labor, operating, subcontractor cost, total cost of 596,000, sales price of 1 million, days of completion is 101. And this is the neural sales forecasting feature, where it's a recurrent neural network that delivers accurate data-driven predictions. In just 20 to 30 seconds, it uncovers patterns that traditional models miss, helping you plan ahead with confidence. And here are the predicted values. It's trending slightly downward, but roughly the same. Here's all completed projects table. You can add a new entry to the all completed projects table with the add new project form, where it has the cost, the start and end date, the overall cost, and the sales price. This is the sales and cost data over time, where you can look at the sale price and the total cost, and the cost data you can take data sets on and off. This is the monthly profits, where you can see individual months and the profits associated with them. And the square footage versus days of completion, where you can look at days of completion is 120, square footage is 100,000. You can look at that for each project. This is the type of project it was, residential, mixed use. This is the AI assistant that you can ask questions to in natural language, like how do you create a new active project? To create a new active project, go to the active project dashboard at the top of the screen, click on create new project, fill in the required details such as project name and budget details. Once completed, click submit to add the project to your organization. And here's the create new project form here with the materials budget, labor budget, operating cost budget. You can also ask questions about the database, like what is the average profit on all completed projects. It says 299,000. We can ask what is the highest profit project. Highest profit project is the Pinnacle with a profit of 348,000. What were the costs of the Pinnacle? And it gives the cost of the Pinnacle materials, the operating labor, and subcontractor costs. So you can ask it rapid questions about the database and get responses back. And it's the current version of ConstructIT AI.